This is a love story, but it's also a very difficult one. Because cat rescue is very difficult sometimes. And if I only shared the happiest outcomes, it wouldn't be a true reflection of what cats go through on the street. So I just wanted to let you know up front. This one deals with loss and grief. If you're not in a place emotionally to go through that right now, it's okay to come back later. But I do hope you watch it, because this story defines who we are and why we do this work. And as you'll see, this gentleman is very special. Our story starts back at the same colony where you met Sonny, Sal, Giorgio, Frankie, and Mila. You can see this cat is already several months old and past the typical window for socialization, whereas Giorgio was happy to accept pets, so we rescued him a few weeks later. We named him Liam. It's unsafe for cats with upper respiratory infections to be put under anesthesia. So while he was recovering, we kept him indoors for a few days, just to make sure he didn't want to change his mind. Although I don't recommend trying to give a feral cat eye ointment, he let me sneak a little on. But overall, being indoors was very stressful for him, and it was clear that Liam would be happier outside. So once he was healthy enough to be neutered and vaccinated, we released him back outside with the rest of the cats in that TNR project. A few days later, I spotted another newcomer. Based on his size and appearance, I assumed that he's Liam's brother, and maybe they heard about the steady food source, and decided to crash the party. Cat colonies have a loosely defined social hierarchy, and newcomers are usually not welcome. Hungry cats may have to fight their way in, or wait around for leftover scraps. But this one didn't like to wait. Our number one job is to make sure every cat in the colony is spayed or neutered. So I set a trap for Mr. Tough Guy. Maybe it was the way he looked at me. I'm not sure why I decided to try to socialize him, right after his brother had wanted no part of indoor life. I figured there might be something else under that tough exterior. We named him Lionel. Before I can explain what happened next, you need to meet one of our resident cats, Mani. She's known for having the most beautiful voice. And sometimes she visits our foster cats, singing to them from the other side of the door. It's hard to hear in this clip, but Mani made a visit to Lionel. She started talking to him. And then something changed. Maybe he was only tough outside because he needed to be. I promised we'd give him the life he deserved.
We're just listening to that ticker. He sounds fine.
Putting him in the carrier, he was like, I was just starting to trust you.
I know, baby boy, I know.
We treated him for Giardia, an intestinal parasite, but otherwise, he got a clean bill of health, and we became best buds.
This is that once in a lifetime.
Even though we were busy with lots of rescue, fostering, and TNR work, seeing Lionel was the highlight of every day. After he was neutered, vaccinated, vetted, and quarantined for several weeks, he finally got a chance to meet Mani. Every time I looked at Lionel, I remembered where he came from. We taught him how to relax, how to enjoy the good life. And most importantly, we loved him like one of our own. But now that he was healthy and happy, it was time for him to head to a forever family. I've said a lot of goodbyes, but this was easily the hardest.
Wanna try it out? Come on out. Here, sweetheart. Oh.
We found him an amazing mom and brought over all his favorite toys.
What are you watching?
I was so proud to see him settling in right away. And this is the hard part that hit us without warning. Only a month after going to his new home, Lionel began experiencing symptoms of FIP, or feline infectious peritonitis. And because the disease often strikes so quickly, he was taken from us in just a few days. This is the last video I got from his mom. He was just beginning to meet his big sister Luna. In our lowest moments, it felt like all the time and effort we put into getting Lionel ready for his new life was just lost. But of course that's not true. His life mattered. And even though his time was short, he still deserved to enjoy all the comforts and love of a family. This was a difficult chapter, but it was the beginning of a bigger story.
But I can't seem to say goodbye.
Even if I had known how things would end, I wouldn't have done anything differently. Our time with foster cats is always short. So you learn how to enjoy every moment. And heartbreak is just part of animal rescue work. We have to be willing to pay that price so that others can have a better life. And we have to be willing to take a chance on new friends that we just met. We decided the best way to honor Lionel's memory was to help more cats just like him. So we rededicated ourselves to TNR, rescue work, fostering, and socialization. A few months later, we officially became a 501c3 nonprofit, and began training and supporting other TNR volunteers in Brooklyn. And every time we go out on the streets to help another cat, we carry Lionel in our hearts. These days, the colony is down to just a few cats. And there are no new kittens born or suffering outside here. I saw Liam a few blocks away. We provide donated food and winter shelters to his caretaker. But it's still tough out there.